I've been at the bottom, and all it made me was fearless. What's up, y'all? This is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of the What We Gonna Do podcast. Find me across the board at What We Gonna Do Pod. Feel free to email me, whatwegonnado@gmail.com. If you are thinking about starting a podcast, check out podbean.com/whatwegonnado for free 30 days of unlimited hosting. If you'd like to support the show, visit patreon.com/whatwegonnado. All right, let's get started. Man, since our last episode, it's definitely been eventful. Well, actually, I take that back. We had Thanksgiving. Hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. Hope you got to enjoy and spend time with your family. I know a few people, looking at Damn We Grown. They already done set up their tree and everything. Usually, people wait till after Thanksgiving or December. They already set up. I can't even keep up with them. A little recap what's been going on in the past couple of weeks. So I hurt my back while I was on vacation a few weeks ago. Yes, I'm getting old. Turning 30 is different. And I feel like my body has been on a decline since I was 27. I don't know if it's football or what, but my body just ain't been working like it usually does. Just different things coming up. So I finally went to the doctor because I tweaked it earlier this year. I was lifting weights. I was doing squats actually. And I think I kind of was, doing a little bit too much playing, and I bent the wrong way because I think I was doing like 100 reps. I was just doing stuff just to make up time or whatever. So anyway, I think I bent the wrong way, and that took me out for a while. And so then I guess I tweaked it again a few weeks ago, and it's kind of the same thing. I never really understood what goes on with people and their backs and people talking about they having back pain and different stuff like that. But I know now. And you know what's so crazy about the back? That lower vertebrae, it controls your entire body. Like that area can shut down everything. I'm talking about, again, it literally can just paralyze you to where you literally can't move. So I finally went to the doctor because I was thinking about it, and I was like, let me make sure it's not something worse than what I think it is. So I went to the doctor. They pretty much told me the same thing that they told me earlier this year, that, it's going to take this amount of time to heal. We can speed it up. We can give you these things, blah, 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 blah. And, it's just going to take time or whatever. Don't do any heavy lifting. Pay attention to this. Don't do this, da, 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 da. It's kind of aggravating, especially with the timing, when you're trying to do things and your back is hurting. But it is what it is. Me, I always like to get back to 100%. I really don't like having no downtime. But again, even the strongest man loses sometimes. So every now and then I got to take that L. I got to take that L and sit down. You know what I mean? I got to move a little bit differently, but it definitely messes you up. Other than that, everything has been good. Work pretty straight. This season here, you don't feel like going to work because you got like these little different holidays. Now I can't speak for everybody because I don't know. Some of y'all may not get off for holidays, and I feel for y'all, but I've been getting off for holidays for a while. Once you kind of get to a certain point, you're afforded some basic luxuries now. I'm not just a CEO or nothing like that, but I've definitely worked my way up. So that leads me into the topic for the show and what I'm going to be talking about with the time that I have you all for today. Starting from the bottom. I might see if I can throw that Drake in here. Nah, I probably ain't gonna throw that in here. I think that's just too cliche. But starting from the bottom, I don't know. I think I had this just come up on me. And I guess enough people don't really talk about it. We always kind of know what the finished product is. We know what you look like now, but oftentimes just regular people that you might look up to, people that you think are intelligent, people that you think got it all together, people that you think, we don't really know their stories. We don't really walk in their shoes. So I want to express mine a little bit just to encourage, uplift, motivate, inspire, drive, just to give a little bit of my testimony. Because it hasn't always been this way. I want to go way back. Well, I won't say way back, but let's say 19 or 20. I've had 2 instances, I want to say, in my life where I've had to start over. Maybe 3. And I think that each are learning lessons. I feel like you're going to keep running into the same things if you don't start making different decisions, if you don't start making better decisions. You're going to have the same problems. And to learn, sometimes you got to hit your head. You know, one of them old sayings, a hard head make a soft ass. I know it sounds funny, but if you know what that means, you know what it means. I think that we have lessons to learn in our life. And if we don't learn them and learn from our past, we're destined to repeat it. Period, point blank. I don't care what you try to avoid. I don't care what you do. If you don't learn from the past, you are destined to repeat it. So, I was about 19 or 20. And through a series of bad decisions, thinking that I pretty much had everything together, I went from being like the man on top to the man at the bottom. I had no girl. I had no job. I had no phone. My car broke down. I had to stay with my mom. Oh yeah, it was rough. And a few other things. So, literally, when you're at the bottom, because a lot of times everybody kind of has a different bottom where you have to kind of have a wake-up call, a reality check, and kind of see where you are. So when you're at the bottom, I was just thinking about this today, is that, to be honest, you can see a lot more clearly. Just think about it. Think about if you were a kid and you laid on the ground and you looked up. Everything is just so clear. You know, it's so wide, it's so vast. There are just so many possibilities. I know a lot of people don't think about it like that, but everybody goes through hard times. For whatever reasons, good or bad, we have things that happen to us, sometimes that are out of our control. Sometimes they are, but sometimes they're not. In this case, of course, yes, this was definitely in my control, but it happened. So, when I get to this point, I don't break down. I don't give up. I don't do any of that. I start planning. I start plotting. I start to rebuild step by step by step. Because for whatever reason, it wasn't as if I was lost. And everybody may look at me and they probably don't know about this, but as smart as people think I am, as much money as people think I have, man, I've been there. I tell people all the time, I can relate to so many different stories when you talk about depression, not just the gang banging and the hood stuff, but man, I can really relate to so many different things. And this is one of those things to where it's kind of like the sum of all fears, something that you never want to happen. But I didn't get discouraged. I just said, nope, I can't stay here. I got to get up out of here. And I literally just started applying myself and figuring out, okay, how do I get a ride? How do I do this? Who do I got to pay for this? Everything just started coming together. And over the next, I want to say the next couple of months, I had a job, still no girl, still no car, still staying with my mom, but I had a job. So you know what that means? That means money. So that job led to me getting my car situated. Getting my car situated also, of course, led me to getting my phone back situated. Getting my phone back situated allowed me to kind of get back into the world, because essentially I'm kind of closed off. This is a while ago. 19 or 20 for me, if y'all been listening, that was about 10 years ago. So I'm slowly building back up, but not only am I just building assets and things back up, I'm building my confidence back up, because that's a knock to your ego. That's a blow. That's a hell of a blow to be at a height and then just to be nothing. You don't want to be seen. You don't want to tell anybody about what's going on. You just want to kind of be out of the picture. But unfortunately, I'm back in my home state, so you run into different people. You have to entertain certain conversations. But in my mind, I got this little motor that's going, that sees bigger things, that sees bigger places. So it's working. So boom. Fast forward, I've gotten myself back to a certain point. I've built myself back up. I'm still gaining my confidence, but I believed in myself. I know who I am. I know that I have a greater purpose. For those of you, and this is not going to be about purpose. I might do that separately sometime down the road, but purpose, whether you spiritual or not, purpose is something that grabs at you, claws at you, holds onto you, and does not let you go. It's a feeling, in my opinion. Some shit that you just can't shake. Something that's just like kicking you in your ass like, hey, you got shit to do. My purpose, no matter what, as bad as I felt, as low as I felt, my purpose wouldn't let me fade away. It kept me alive. So did music. I love music. Music helps, but, music only does so much. You want companionship. At least I did. You want your own space. You want your car. You want your phone. Again, I'm younger. You want certain things. So I'm getting everything back together, and I meet my wife. Me and my wife, we get together, yada, yada, yada. We date. We get engaged. Now, this is going to sound dumb, but I'm just going to tell y'all. So how about How about a situation happens and after I've built these things back up, I've gotten a relationship, whatever. I lose my job. And it was my fault. I was upset. I was young. This was way before my daughter, but yeah, I was upset. So I was like, F this job. I'm gonna find some other jobs. I'm gonna find some other situations. Now, again, this is kind of a point where I have to start over. When you don't have a job, you don't have no job lined up, you are on crunch time. Every day is of the essence. So I'm literally walking around Little Rock, resumes in hand, applying for things. Now I got a background in technology and, I got some experience. I mean, I've had a million jobs, you know what I mean? Just from temporary jobs, working over the summer break, working over the winter break, upward bound, just different things I learned from work study at college. I mean, I've definitely had different jobs. So I want to say for about 3 months, this is in the midst of before me and my wife actually got married, and I ain't got no job. And I mean, it's tight. Somehow I made it, but it was tight. And I think I ended up getting like 3 job offers. I ended up taking 2. So I was working 2 jobs. For those of you who have never worked 2 jobs, it sucks. It sucks. Sometimes I would have 1 day off in between. Some days I wouldn't have any days off in between. I did this for, I want to say about a year. So again, I'm out. I'm applying. Let me clarify. I'm not getting anything. Not that what I'm looking for. Not for the money that I'm looking for. No. I'm getting these little penny ante ass little jobs. And you get to a point, you got to take what you can take. You got to get what you can get. You know what I mean? But again, that don't discourage me. I probably filled out more applications in my life than most people will ever know. And I'm not even going to tell y'all how many. But I took a job, took another job, so now I'm working 2 jobs. So I did that for a while. And I got another opportunity to move up, essentially, to make some more money. And it's funny that I got another job offer, maybe a year or so after that. And it was, it was a blessing. I mean, it was a place I wanted to be. It was a place I thought I would be good at. It was technology. I mean, it was like a dream job at the time. Benefits, 401k, whatever the time off, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be, office, nice building, all of that type of stuff. Now, mind you, this is after 2 setbacks. And this is a short period of time, believe it or not, where I had a setback and then I recovered within 2 years. I had another setback and then I recovered within a year. So now I'm at this job and man, I ended up being there for a while. There were a lot of broken promises. And I kind of have, talked about it before, and I talked about it a little bit in a snip on Dreams and Drive. Check that out, the Dreams and Drive podcast, if you haven't. But I ended up being at this company for quite some time and never really getting into the position that I wanted. Now, I was making money. I was able to move up, but I had to bust my ass. I've never been about the buddy system. I've never been about kissing ass. I've never been about sucking up. I've always been about the work. Believing that if I work hard and I do the right things and I apply myself and I apply for these different positions, then it'll work out. And I wanted to show other people that, hey, it's possible to get ahead without being a sucker, without doing some sucker shit. It's possible. for you to overcome. I don't care what your background is. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what your experience is. That it's possible to start at one place and in less than 5 years be in a whole different place. I did that. And I got some accolades while I was in this role. I, got pretty known, worldwide, whatever the case may be. That didn't come with a paycheck. I wished it would have, but it didn't. But I'm making a little bit more money than whatever, I guess the average person, I guess you could say. But, in my opinion, I should have been making a lot more. So I stayed at this company for quite some time. I held various roles. I got various levels of experience, but I definitely got blackballed. I definitely got shut out. I definitely got overlooked. So again, I'm just going through these different motions and I'm getting to better places, but things are still happening. There are still problems. There are things that I still have to work on, things that I still have to overcome, and challenges that I still have to face. And I'm doing it the best I can. Holding it together, keeping it together. I'm doing the best that I can. But I know that, man, there's more for me out there. There's bigger for me out there. And however much time it took me, it don't have to take y'all that much time. Whether you younger, older, you really have to just realize where you are, figure out where you want to be, and then figure out what it's going to take to get there. You may have to leave your company. You may have to start a nonprofit. You may have to get some type of grant for some type of program. Ultimately, it's up to you to figure that part out, but it's not a loss. You just have to keep working. Things take time. This is not. So a lot of people think that things happen overnight. Most people will tell you that they don't. Very few will tell you that they do. So keep that in mind. And it's not about your age or whatever. I actually think that it's better to be able to enjoy things when you're older instead of you were able to enjoy everything when you were younger and now you can't enjoy any of it now that you're older because you didn't take care of business when you were younger. I don't want to be that guy that's just living out my life, working, never able to retire, not having much time to spend with his family because he has to work, he has to make X amount of money. I never want to be that guy. So I'm at this position and I just got to a point where I said, hey, I'm done. I'm done. So I leave. I'm out this bitch. Gone. Deuces. So here we are. Number 3. Number 3. Build up. Get this. Go back down. Build up. Get this. Go back down. But the story doesn't end there. Clearly, you're listening to me on this podcast. I came back bigger and better than ever. And along this timeline, I had several increases as far as monetary value because I kept pushing. You never know what's out there for you when you don't apply yourself. You never know what type of money is out there. You never know what type of woman is out there. If you don't try, this is a part of the game. You have to try. You gotta shoot your shot. You gotta take chances. You cannot play this safe and still think you're gonna beat the house. The odds are not in your favor. You have to believe in yourself and step out. I know it sounds crazy. I know it's going to be difficult, but if you never try, you never know what might happen. And we get so caught up with our age and all of our different responsibilities. And I'm not telling anyone to neglect their responsibilities, but if you are unhappy, if you are not walking in your purpose, if you are not seeking God's plan and ordering your steps, you're going to end up in the wrong place for sure. Like, for sure, if you don't try. So I advise everybody to go out there and try. So, setback number 3. Here we go again. Now, this time, I got a wife. I got a daughter. I got way more bills. But I know that there are greater things ahead. I know who I am. I know what I have to offer. And yes, I again bounced back bigger and better than ever. And to where I am today, I'm actually happy. This is the first time I've been able to be at a place and actually be happy. Actually enjoy myself and really get to see the fruits of my labor. But had I not made these different decisions and kept pushing even through these setbacks, I would not have been here. Now, I have a long way to go, ultimately, to get to where I want to be. I want to reach a lot more people, and I will reach a lot more people. I want to help a lot more people, and I will help a lot more people. I want my name to be remembered. I want to be that humanitarian. Not for me, but for other people. So, starting from the bottom may sound bad. Starting over may sound bad, but you don't know what's in front of you. That's the thing about the future. We know what happened in the past. We know what's going on in the present. The future is unknown. You know, the future is what we shape it to be. The future is what we make it to be. It's scary, but it's also beautiful, because when you have those setbacks, you can look back and see, man, I see why this happened. I had to learn this lesson. I see why this happened. I had to learn this lesson. I see why this happened. I had to learn this lesson. Without those things, most likely you would have never learned those lessons. I would have never learned those lessons. And I needed those lessons to grow as a man, to grow as a husband, to grow as a father. I needed those lessons to be better than what I was, to be smarter than what I was, so that I'm not afraid. I've been there before. I'm fearless. You telling me I got to go back to this? Man, I done did that 3 times. And every time I came back better than when I left. Better than when I got knocked down. What do they always say? It ain't about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get up. Now, nobody want to get knocked down. Nobody. But shit happens. And you got to get your ass back up. You got to dust yourself off. This message today was for those of you who may see me online, or you may see me in person, or whatever the case may be, and you think that I haven't went through my difficulties. I haven't went through my setbacks. And that's just in the working world. That's not even I got way more than that. But you can do it too. What y'all think I am? Y'all think I'm some genius? Y'all think I'm some billionaire, something like that? I'm just like y'all. That's my purpose. That's my point for this podcast is for something to be relatable. For whatever period or time you are in your life and you're looking forward to your next breakthrough and you're in that storm and you're not sure what it looks like on the other side. I can tell you that if you don't keep walking, if you don't keep fighting, if you don't keep applying yourself, you ain't never gonna see the other side of that storm. Ever. You gonna stay in that storm. Yeah. Believe it or not, you gonna stay in that storm. But I'm telling you, if you keep walking, if you keep working, there's another side to that storm. And you'll be able to look back and say, man, I made it through that. I can go tell somebody else, like, hey, you can make it through that. That shit ain't nothing. That shit light. That's light work right there. I done been through a few storms. You just not getting into your first. It's all right. Be resilient. Be steadfast. Have discernment. And keep moving. I'm not going to carry this on much longer. As always, I appreciate y'all taking out the time to kick back with me and talk about some real stuff. And I hope this reached some people. This helped some people. That can help some people. That can help some more people. I hope it does that. I hope that you go and check out some of my other episodes and that you get some type of word, you get some type of lesson from these little ramblings. I hope you do. Make sure you share. Make sure you like this. Make sure you give me a review on iTunes, which is always appreciated. This is AJ on the What We Gonna Do podcast. You can find me across all social media at What We Gonna Do Pod. Feel free to email me whatwegonado@gmail.com. Again, if you're thinking about starting a podcast, make sure you go check out podbean.com/whatwegonado. If you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/whatwegonado. I hope y'all good. I hope y'all fighting through that storm. And I'm going to see y'all on the other side. Until next time. Peace.